What to do, folks? Hope you're treating yourselves well, and of course, others. My name is Claire. This is a channel where I like to do tarot readings, and today we are doing what you should know about your current situation, maybe what's coming in for you, why things are happening the way that they are. Some helpful stuff like that could come through, hopefully. Also, I think that is the extent, actually, of what I have to tell you. This is your pile 1, and your card was the Daughter of Wands. Has really nice balance. I think you're balancing out your emotions, an essence of like regrowth. I think there was like a severing, or let's see. But it's this nice figure 8, and it's a snake protecting a branch with what looks like new growth or regrowth on it. Makes me think of you protecting an idea. I think you have an idea in your mind that you're kind of keeping on the low. There is a sense of not knowing who to trust around you. You could be pushing back mentally by backing away. I think your absence is resounding amongst a lot of people in your life as of right now, kind of wondering where you're at mentally, physically. There might not be, like, you could be around, but I don't think you're really divulging a whole lot of information about what you're trying to do in your future. Very mask, healthy-wise. It seems the Tower, you anticipate that the chaos, the hectic nature of what's in the air right now is too palpable for free. It almost feels as though you would be suffocating if you were trying to run the race. Like a sense of pollution in the air, but it's not that severe. It's more of a chaos. There is judgment upon the land. I always like to say that there are times of judgment where it's not great for efforts of major growth. There can be the day-to-day process, just doing what you can and need to on your day-to-day, but not really striving for such great heights as of right now, just for the sake of like almost ducking or keeping low the Tower. But the Tower is nice. It just seems as though if you were to scale a lot right now, it might be too scenic. You might be too visible, too much of a target sort of thing. You want to keep your day-to-day very realistic, very logic-driven, so you don't steer off course. The 5 of Cups, an easy ability to observe your surroundings and get annoyed by what's going on. I think that it's very attainable for you to see your peers and disassociate as of right now. Your absence is felt whether you are around or not, because I think you are constantly trying to figure out where you are going next. You're in a carriage on its way. If you were to look out and around, it's almost desert. Like, the scene is not scenic. Ay. The 10 of Wands. The scene is brutal. A little catharsis could be found in maybe actually planting some things in your life, getting more intimate with foods that you would like to try getting more intimate with herbs that could be helpful in your life. I think there's a sense of you are worried about some sort of health, like onset health for the future, or something you are worried about severely is not as serious as it will be in the future. The Ten of Wands is dignifying that you are being put through an obstacle that seems life-altering, or it has been life-altering, definitely not comfortable. You are being drugged to your next destination. If you are to think too much about, like, what am I trying to say? The Wheel of Fortune is the 10, and this was the 10 of Wands. The end is near when it comes to having such rough terrain. Everything is uncomfortable because the path, you're bushwhacking. You are not meant to observe your surroundings and get declarations of peace and tranquility. You're not meant to be comfortable at this point in time in life. Don't make any giant investments. Don't aim too far outside of where you are naturally headed at this point. I think you're on your path, but it's only going to get more profoundly mentally difficult if you are looking around. The idea of taking in too much social media or hate watching, doom scrolling, all of that nonsense needs to be put to a rest for right now. If you are trying to make something creative, do not intake too many things that could almost hinder that process. It's not the idea that you finding creativity through other outlets is a bad thing. I think right now you could be very sensitive and highly aware of how much change is happening in your life. You almost seems like you're having an awakening of self and like soul. Like you might feel more spiritually inclined, more intuitive, feeling like you're doing things more deeply in your life, taking yourself more seriously, even if you've always taken yourself seriously. The Ace of Pentacles, you are unlocking a new level of life. Therefore, the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune both have very significant circles. So these things are the things that you felt were detrimental in your life were almost an end to a cycle that was trying to only lead to cataclysm. Like there's reoccurring cycles in your life that have only drug you down, whether they felt decent or not at the time. These circles, these cycles, the things in your life that have been reoccurring, the anger or the people, the type of people, situations, things that you can see and understand that they are cycles in your life, they have come to an end, or at least to an awareness of how to deal with them on a day-to-day basis with the things that you've recently dealt with. And there's a need to understand that this is not forever. The hurt, the continuousness of whatever you're dealing with of right now, it is you're like smushed in a birth canal, which is grotesque, but there's a sense of like you will be found anew, and the future is a lot more light. There is more light because you're doing this. You're going through this phase where you're being mushed and squished by life. You're being very malleable at right now, and I think you're taking it well. It might seem like it's not for naught. These things that you are dealing with will subside. They will not be as hindering or profound in your life in the future. You will see, and you will come to understand it. With that, You gotta know I love you. Pile 2, what is up? How are you? This is what you should know about your situation, what's going on around you, what could be the meaning of this. Your card. This is the Hierophant. It is Lemongrab, who I find repugnant. This is the Adventure Time deck, and this character is disgusting. I do not like their voice at all. You could be in a situation where you have to be around people that you don't particularly like. They're under your skin for one reason or another. You could live with them, you could work with them, that you could just see people and avoid them. You could be in a situation where you're like anti-stalking someone, avoiding running into people on a daily basis. The High Priestess. And yours was the Hierophant. These are both cards of major mental stability and clarity. You are a force to be reckoned with. I think you have an intuition about you where maybe your confidence is blooming. You could have been doing something for a very long time in your life and only now coming to the realization where you're kind of in the groove of it or feeling dignified. Something is bringing you forward in what you have been doing, whether it's just routine, you feeling more confident to do it, jumping back on board of doing it. Your mental clarity is there. You're getting back on the saddles. Ace of Cups, yes. There is a confidence. There's a charisma. You are speaking more confidently, knowing the things that you're saying are better determined with action. You are a very stoic individual, making this is the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands or Seven of Swords. So you are on edge because of helping people in the past, friendships. You have always been a good friend. Just now realizing that being a good friend does not lead to a good ending always. I think there are a lot of people who realize how serious you were about the things that you say or how your emotions are actually dignified. In this situation, maybe you warned friends about people, places, or things, and it's starting to come back around that you were not so off center or off kilter. You could have been very on about the things that you mean and the things that you say. Your absence has dignified a ending and a conclusion to what was hearsay. There was a lot of gossip about you in the recent past. I think there was a lot of people wondering if you had fallen to your knees or like if you had fallen off, kind of. You could have gone quiet. The Knight of Cups, you could have had a downfall or shown that you were emotionally unavailable, upset in some way, form, or fashion. You could have kind of shown your ass or just kind of shown out on the internet as of lately or in the recent past. and then went quiet, or there was a need for you to go quiet as of right now if you have not done that. I think if you are on the internet right now posting about how much you don't like a certain treatment, there is a need for that to cease in order for you to find mental clarity and gain from this situation. From this point forward, you would be only wasting your time, 7 of Wands, battling yourself if you are continuing to give any rights. Like, letting this person make you angry is giving them the right to continue in your life. You could be treated poorly right now, or in general in some situation. I think there's a sense of the mental clarity. You won't feel good lashing out on this person or others. You should find a way to release these things in a more cathartic, helpful way. It's all the same. You are not suited to fight for the current situation you are in. You are not equipped to battle this any longer. I think you are depleting your rations by allowing this space in your arena at this point. The Queen of Cups is someone who's very nurturing and can allow too many things to happen almost before she says anything. And maybe, and she, when I say that, is androgynous, meaning this is just the card of the Queen of Cups. There's a sense you will hold things in until they fester and then boil over. That makes people lash out on you and or not have sympathy for the situation in certain instances. 2 of Wands, you will have major decisions in the future for the things that you manage to get past now. If you keep on giving into the anger you feel to the situation, you will never have these options in the future where you can get emotional clarity and unfathomable things at this point. I think your future is undetermined because you are in a stuck phase, staring at something that you want to change. There's a sense of you want your surroundings to change, but there will not be a change physically or verbally even. If it's a person, there's not going to be a change. 8 of Cups. It is a slow, like, when I say this, I see someone in my head turning around and just walking away. It's not a life will pick you up with a claw and put you somewhere else. The situation is it will slowly dissipate from your life, and you will one day, a year ago, you were thinking about way different things than you're thinking about right now. And that is a testament to what is ahead of you. The things you are thinking about right now, the things you are hung up on right now will diminish. They will be not. And it will be okay. It will be quite satisfying, to be very honest. You will be making decisions that will be satisfying in the face of your battles right now, the tough things you are seeing right now. You will get the savory victory that you almost want out of what would be like human naughtiness, because people love to see downfalls and victory, people falling and winners and losers. We love to see those sort of things, but it's almost like you will be a winner in some way in the future by allowing things to dead, basically. They might be still annoying, but as long as you dead them in yourself and in your mind and in your ability to react to them or give them any space in you, then the victory will come to you, basically. And with that, good luck. I know I love you. Pile 3, what's up? Hi. Welcome. This is what you should know about what's going on around you, what could be happening for you, what could be the meaning of all of this. This is pile 3. And you had the card of the Strength. 8. Yes, the Strength card. It throws me for a loop because I don't know why, but this is the Strength card. It's nice. You could be very observed at this point in time. Five of Wands. Okay. You could feel look at this. A lot of Wands. Okay, you have something you are working towards. You're keeping it secret. You have a reuniting factor of your life because this is the 5 of Wands. You are fighting forward, keeping something a secret. You almost are not looking at something directly out of fear of it looking back at you. I think you're hiding in plain sight. The 4 of Wands. It was hard for me to even understand what was going on in your reading with the first 2 cards. So the 4 of Wands, you are thinking about something that makes you blush or feel kind of childlike, adolescent. Hard to pry what you feel because it's almost so new that you don't understand it. Hard to put into words, and all you're getting is Wands. 5, 6, 7. Look at all these Wands. Feeling very defensive because I think you have a billion thoughts in your head. There's a sense your past is coming to give you things to think about. Your current is very, if not busy, mentally busy. Everything you're going through is almost within your head, needing processing of you have a lot of creativity, a lot of gaining of mental stability, emotional stability, but feeling very overwhelmed. Page of Wands. Are you going to get anything besides Wands? This is insane. Okay. And my heart's racing. I think you're making people feel rushed or a rush. Maybe you are very attractive. You could make people their hearts flutter a little bit. It could be hard to make eye contact with you. You might have really strong eye contact. Maybe you demand eye contact from people. You have an issue with people getting a lot of creativity from you. You could have people that are copying you straight up. You could be very influential. It's almost a burden, though. I think maybe the fact that people like you so much kind of makes you feel on edge at times. The Ace of Rings, we're getting somewhere that's not a wand. The first thing that you're getting is a pentacle, and it is the ace. Life has been uprooted, if not now, in the near future. You were very unsettled mentally, and the only way for you to find mental clarity is taking a leap of faith. I think if you have something in your mind that's reoccurring, you need to approach it. A conversation, a person, place, thing, whatever it is coming into your driveway, I'm hearing. You could be worried about a car, you could be worried about distance or time that it will take to do something substantial in your life. The Hanged Man And this card always throws me for a loop because this is this upright position, but it looks like it goes this way. So you could be doing something in your life which you feel is necessary in order to find forward growth, or you could be on a path where you've done it for so long that it only feels like the way to go forward. If you continue in this way, I think things will be uprooted slowly in like anguish almost. So life isn't going to topple down things on you. It's almost like you will be put in this hangman situation where you try to grow and it will not happen until you make a few of these adjustments and steps forward. You can survive and maintain your current situation right now, but it will become more unsatisfying and unsavory with time and lack of growth. There's no it's superficial growth right now. You could be reaching for more, but we're back at the wands, the Three of Wands. Yes, your future lies within a huge leap, a big step, or you taking a leap of faith sort of figure. The things that you want are maybe too good, too tantalizing. It almost feels like a trap. Could feel like you're on a fool's errand by giving in to the notion of whatever is. It's just something in your mind, in your mind's eye, an intuitive download where you feel drawn to something. Maybe you think about it, maybe you're brought back to it on a daily basis, dreams, something. Just reoccurring serendipity brings you back to this thing that feels like it's a little unhinged or maybe unworthy, something that is unapproachable almost. You want to approach it, but it seems like a bear trap or something. Like I'm getting this notion that you're kind of feeling like, is this a trick? The King of Rings, the King of Pentacles, you are sturdy. You like sturdy, stable things. You want nice things in life, and you could have these things as of right now in a way that it's sufficing, but you want the grand. You want the grandeur. You want I'm hearing like chandeliers and candelabras. There is a grandness to your future, and it is attainable, but it takes a grand leap. You will find growth, and you have already seen a lot of highs. I think you have summited a few mountains yourself. You're at the base of a new one. And if you want to take up the offer, you will definitely find success and victory. And I'm seeing between the lines almost. The victory will be very yummy too. I think you've seen a lot of ugly things, and this victory will kind of, all of the hurt will succumb to this victory is what I'm hearing, which is very big. So I think what you're going after is something that a lot of people want to attain, a lot of things that people want, the lovers. You are going to have a lifestyle that is viewed upon, and people are reaching to attain it. You have this thing that is within your reach, within reason. It takes effort and dignity and time and pace and all these things, but the lovers, this life is really made for you in a way of you can level up. You started with a string. It's an 8. So you could level up what could be continuously forever. It's a figure 8 is what I'm thinking in my mind. So it's like the universe will only feed you more when you accept that, it's almost like the universe will give you more when you consume more, but the consumption would be you taking these trials and opportunities and adventures almost. The things that you have small intuitive notions towards that might just seem so it almost is like how do you know these things, or how do you attain these things? They will be yours if you reach out for them, kind of thing. I hope that makes sense. But the world's wonders are at your fingertips, basically. You are going to be comfortable right now, but I think that it will almost feel like things are slipping through your fingers the less effort and risks you take, almost. I don't want you to be risky. I don't want you to take unnecessary risks, but there is a lot of reward for you in this life, and I think if you are willing to challenge these things, then it could be very good for you. Really, truly. All right, with that, you gotta know I love you.